When do you think you get 1 billion?
Let me do some math real quick. So we're on 120.
So you think about this?
No, I don't, honestly. Because one thing you'll find if you want to gain subscribers, if you want to get views, if you want to make money, almost any metric in this video creation space, if you want something, it all comes back to, okay, well then just make great videos. So instead of like focusing on all these arbitrary vanity metrics, I just kind of focus on the one thing that gets me all that, which is make good videos. And that I do think we will when they hit 1 billion subscribers. I don't have a plan on going anywhere, even though we're only on 120 million right now on the main channel. I think like we're doing around 10 million a month now, and YouTube I just don't see it going anywhere, and I don't see any reason why I'd ever get burnt out or quit. So I think with enough time, yes.
I wanted to ask you those family-friendly questions before I go to the dark questions. So now
we have dark questions. Wait, no, but if you wanted to hook them, you would start off with the dark question. That's how you get them.
Okay, well, let me ask you about a Twitter poll you posted.
Doesn't have the draw, and this looked so much like a typical royal engagement and very crafted to be very positive for Harry. It speaks volumes that there weren't people there that would normally be there had there not been all these issues with the family. So I just feel like this is the first step into trying to slowly change the narrative around Harry and what we know about him in the UK. It will take time, but that's what it looks like, and it's disgusting to me. And I hope it continues that people don't support Harry coming back. But I think that's what's happening, Dan. I don't know. It's just strange.
And then what about how strange it was that Meghan decided to post this Instagram story of something from Hello magazine? It was almost as if she was
How are you doing? Subscribe on YouTube, OneStream Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. Jason, tell the people what we got coming up, please. I beg it of you.
Ooh, we got a stacked episode this week, Trev. That's right. Ooh. We're going to talk about Jason's week down the shore, celebrity bartending, potentially some bikini waxes, Beer Bowl 3, and also, as everyone else saw, Travis shaking it off with a special guest down at Tight End University. Broke the internet there for a couple of hours. We've also got some no dumb questions, movie club updates, maybe Travis finally eating some mayo. We'll see what happens. Oh, and yeah, Brad fucking Pitt is on the episode, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. He's stopping by.
Brad Pitt.
Travis, you already know this. We already talked to him. But yes, he's in the episode. He's going to talk all things F1, the movie, really just F1 in general. The guy's a huge fan of cars and racing.
And so you start to say no, not because you're not intellectually strong enough to know that it's happening. It's just that you're emotionally and actually tied up into how you're making your economics now. When I talk about influencers 6, 7, 10 years ago are coming, well, if you just paid Tiger Woods $20 million a year to wear your watch, the concept of like, hey, these kids online can do more for you for hundreds of thousands of dollars doesn't sit well. You're locked into a 3-year, $60 million deal. So if you ask me why things have worked for me or what has been the go-to, it's never fight the market. If the truth is that consumers are now enjoying social or influencers or live shopping, or here's a good one that's going to really bother everyone, AI influencers. If it hurts your feelings as a human, you're against the concept of AI humans on
getting to learn about them behind the scenes. And today's guest is someone who I met just a few moments ago. I've been looking forward to this interview for a long, long time. I'm so glad to finally have him in the studio. And in the few moments I've spent with him, I can already tell that we're going to have a great conversation. Please welcome to On Purpose, Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is one of the biggest names in global sport. Charles currently races in Formula One driving for the legendary Ferrari since 2019, the youngest driver in history to be signed up by the team. Charles features in the hit Netflix series Drive to Survive and is loved by fans and sports community alike for his positive mindset and determined, straightforward approach. Charles, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person and to be here.
When I was researching, as I do for all my guests, I can listen to interviews, I'll read articles. You haven't done a lot of interviews. You don't talk so much about things publicly.
Take yourself to day 1. Let's just take a few breaths here. Let's take a deep inhale and hold for 5. And exhale. I'm ready. Great. Sorry. All right. Oh, can you take us to your origin story? Where were you born? What did home feel like for you in your earliest years?
My origin story? So I was born in Santa Clara, California.
Just bringing you guys back in. Thank you so much, Jaden and James, for hopping on the podcast with us today.
Thanks for having us, Maz.
No, thank you. We were talking about rice for like 10 minutes, and James was like, hey, you want to talk?
Can we record
this on the podcast?
Yeah, we got to save it. We got to save this rice talk right now. All right, James, go ahead. Tell us what you want to say.
No.
What's rice? What kind of rice? What's top 10 rice? What's the
Let's jump
SEO
into
rice, James?
Well, I bought a rice cooker. I know this is exciting podcast stuff. Trying to get into more cooking stuff. I've learned that all food is basically just grains, vegetables, and meat, and that's I mean, if you're a non-vegan, of course. And so what I do is I just make rice, cook meat, and then fry vegetables, and then I'll just put it all together. And no matter what, it always tastes the same. So that's
Is it good or bad at least?
Why don't you just get those like the emergency like food things? You know, when like nuclear fallout, like they just get a block of like something.
From April 2022, very recent last year, to August of 2022, Courtney made about $40,000 on OnlyFans in just 4 months. It's like about $10,000 a month, right? The only problem is Courtney made all of this money on OnlyFans after she was accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death in April of 2022. So she kept posting 4 months after her boyfriend died because he had a knife in his chest. He was literally stabbed to death. And she kept posting. She kept making money. She was out there. She was actually running around town in Hawaii doing a lot, going to bars. So let's talk about the viral case of Courtney Taylor. She is often known as the OF model that
Thank you for having me.
You must be one of the most photographed women in the world. I can't imagine having to get dressed every day if you're photographed every single day. What is that like? How do you? I don't think I've seen a bad photo of you on the street.
I don't know about that. When there's that many pictures, and Lord knows I can't control the lighting outside my home. No, I mean, yesterday I took my son to preschool in sweats and sneakers, and somehow those pictures are still circulated. I'm like, who cares? It's the most boring thing ever. But yeah, it is definitely something I think about because the longevity of those and the distribution of those images is so bizarre to try to comprehend. I one time had the revelation, and I've repeated it many times since, that one image of me going to get coffee could be the picture that people like see when I die, when they Google my name. And that's so weird. It's